fingers at other people. There's been a lack of unity when it comes to these things. Everyone gets scared when it's their film on the line. And that's very, very unfortunate because we are working, it's a very small industry, if you think about it. There's not that many people, so if they don't come together to create an environment where they themselves can function the way that they would like to, nobody else is going to do it for them.
Way, but the idea is to try and explore things from different points of view and how I interpret them. So when you have a Kashmiri Godhad on one hand and what their life is, what he's sort of going through, but of course it's all dramatized and a lot of it is my imagination. There's also a soldier and his point of view of how things are, it's a different kind of indoctrination that happens with the army. So it's their points of view clashing and how they sort of change and they sort of reach a common space. So that's the story in a sense. So,
is there a clear stand?
Well, I have a clear stand that comes out somewhere, but it's not like spelled out. You'll have to sort of find it.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, Karan, we have school friend.
Hi, I'm from Jamna Bay News, and I wanted to ask.
I shouldn't have given it.
Take it right back.
Why is the book being launched today? I mean, being Children's Day, is it related to
something
children?
about how we treat our audiences like children. So let's just release a controversial, nice, talking point of a book today. No special reason. Children are amazing. I've dedicated the book to my daughter. She's there's a reason if you want one.
Okay, so this is actually a question because I follow you on Instagram. You went to Cuba. Was that somewhere was that your writing space or creative space or something?
No, it was my only break that year. But you know what? There's so many things about Cuba that were amazing now that you brought it up. Like it's on the whole censorship thing. It's supposed to be one of those countries where the world is sort of running on the American propaganda about Cuba and what they, how the citizens are being, there's so many restrictions on news and media and all of that, and the whole socialist take on things. But Cuba is nothing like that. It's a fantastic place. It's got, everyone is literate. There is zero crime. It's not. And I just find that there's a lot more freedom, not only of expression, but also just in their personal lifestyles of people, much more than India has. So it was a real eye-opener for trip that way.
Okay, one last question. Kind of
Karan, you said that you spent time in Kashmir. So, did you learn about stories of human rights violation which have, time and again, come? They have been reported because of army. So what's your perspective on that?
There's a lot of that perspective in the book, so I'm just gonna let you guys get a copy and find out. In all aspects of my life, especially about my philosophy of and take on things, he's been a true mentor throughout, and he's someone I absolutely have always looked up to. Thank you so much, and it's because of people like you and Dad and Farhan who have been supportive in so many ways of ideas that are not the norm, of trying to ruffle some feathers, stir up some things, that I am what I am. So thanks, guys.
Okay, we have a very special
about this, that you have been in Kashmir, and I just want to know what you have experienced which I've never heard before and wanted to put in this book but couldn't put in this book.
All the fun stuff is not there in the book. The experience.
No, but apart from that, which you really wanted but couldn't, that...
No, I didn't hold myself back at all. It's all there.
Okay.
Yeah. So please go for it.
All right, so
yeah, I think facts are great, but everyone knows what happened. So my opening chapter, for example, it has Hari Singh signing over Kashmir to India in what is a 2-page document. It's amazing, this document, if you guys haven't seen it. It's just like typewritten with 2 pages, and it says I, and there's a dash. This is like Hari Singh, Maharaja, so and so, hereby sort of giveaway dash JNK to dash India. as opposed to Pakistan, and that's it. That's all that we have going as whatever a legitimacy of over Kashmir in that sense. Like so, and when that signing happened with VP Menon there, who was the one man instrumental in going to all the princely states and convincing their leaders to hand over their bids to India. He was there, and that's recorded history. But you know, all of these things have loopholes. Like you don't know who was at that point. So I've just put in like Nehru. What if he went, and what if that never got reported because he wanted to make sure that his home state, you know, comes to India, and I've fully dramatized and sort of fictionalized what might have transpired. No one really knows, right? That is the norm now. I think all biopics or anything sort of coming out, there is that whole dramatization. It just makes things more interesting and lively. But you know, I didn't feel the need to stick to like a very fact-based sort of narrative. But yeah, I mean, obviously you don't go crazy. You don't paint a picture that was completely untrue.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Akhtar. It's an honor to have you with us. Yes. Karan, thank you for writing a courageous book. Yes. The right time to grab them, right after Alif finishes. Thank you very much for being with us today.